What's up, everybody? Breezy, we back at it again with another one. So, you know, we're looking at Bitcoin, USD, and before diving into it, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you do not miss none of my upcoming uploads. That's how it is. But getting straight into it, I see that hey, we got support. That candlestick created support for us, and remember, we always start on a bigger time frame and scale down, right? That's what works for me. But again, remember, not everything works perfectly for somebody. So always do what works for you. Just because I like it doesn't mean you like it too. That's how it is. So as we marked our support, we move over to the 4-hour time frame. We move up to the 4-hour time frame, right? And straight up when we reach the 4-hour time frame, we see that hey, we did create some sort of resistance up there. And definitely we are gonna mark it, because always remember that you have to mark your zones, right? Because support and resistance, it's everywhere. Just because you do not see it doesn't mean it's not there. That's how it is, right? And down here, that week whereby we retested, not rejected, we also gonna mark it too, because it's our support. And being honest, right, for the past few days I thought Bitcoin was gonna drop hard, as you can see for yourself. But yeah, we'll put that for another day. So now as we see that we created, and remember, this is the 4-hour time frame, right? Now as we see that hey, that week whereby we rejected, no, again, you can look at those highs whereby we were weak, whereby the candles melted. We see that hey, we did create some sort of resistance up there. Also down here, we did create some support. And paying close attention, right, we did push down, but yeah, price did continue to the upside, whereby price was really correcting itself, because hey, we're really looking for Bitcoin to go up. So right now, as we're really looking at it, paying attention to this support down here, we see that hey, also price cannot break the support, and price keeps on rejecting. And again, if y'all see it, we kept playing in that channel, in that resistance, and in that support. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. We kept on creating those lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Now created that lower low, and definitely right now, I just want price to reject this support, push up to the upside. So now, as we see that hey, what kind of setup we're looking at, we move over to the 1-hour time frame. And remember, guys, patience is power. Just because you do not have it now, doesn't mean you will never have it. If you're really taking steps forward, if you're really putting in the work, then there's no need for you to worry or complain. Because remember, what happens now, or in a advanced saying, what you sow will reap later, right? So now moving to the 1-hour time frame, we also see that hey, price has really been playing in that zone, whereby we created it on the 4-hour time frame, y'all, as y'all see, right? Price couldn't break those highs, and like every time price pushed up, it was weak. So now we see that hey, price has been playing on that area, whereby it's where it's 62,243. But now as I see, so that's the retest right now down there, and that's going to be a perfect entry. Why? Again, remember, hey, we see that like every time we hit those highs, we hit those lows. What do I mean by that? In every impulse, we have a correction. And now as you see that we created some kind of support and that resistance up there, what I'm on, it's price really kind of rejecting, as we see that hey, price is really doing that for us. But first, let me do this for y'all so that y'all can see. We push to the downside, whereby now as y'all see, price rejected not once but twice, and eventually had that subsequent bullish candle. So now what we're waiting for is for price to break our resistance, whereby we're gonna use this line. And if you pay close attention to, you would see that the line that we marked is also whereby the part where we had those rejections nor those retests, whereby to the upside or the downside, a retest is a retest. What do I mean by this? If you pay attention, this is the line that we marked, right, whereby we're looking to break. So now if you pay a close attention, you can see whereby that's the zone where price kept rejecting, not breaking and retesting. So the kind of setup we're looking for here, it's kind of obvious. Price impulse to the downside, whereby we're gonna have a correction to the upside, right? So now we see that, hey, we really have some confirmations, and now we see that, hey, we can really scale in. But again, remember, you do not just take a trade because you feel like trading. You do not take a trade because you heard all this. You gotta have confirmations and know why you're taking a trade, because at the end of the day, this is a career. I don't know about you, but to me this is a career, because hey, you can be making money from home, right? So that's a big flex. But again, you really gotta put in the work and involve and like evolve on a daily basis, because you won't be sitting around and then complain. You can't complain, compromise. If it's hard, go harder. That's how it is. So on the daily, so on the 1 hour time frame, my mistake, we see that, hey, price now is really rejecting that support down there. So what we're really waiting for is for price to break that support and retest it, for price to act as resistance right now. I mean to say, price breaking our resistance up there. I'm sorry for that. This is what I mean. As we see now, price is rejecting, and price didn't reject once but twice. We're waiting for price to break this resistance, whereby we marked up here. After price breaking, we wait for that retest on the same resistance, whereby now it's acting as support, and price, keep on pushing to the upside. So before taking a trade, what I'm trying to say is you have to have multiple confirmations telling you that it's a right trade or what. Because hey, at the end of the day, it benefits you. You won't just jump in and do crazy things here, right? Treat it as a business, because once you blow it, you do not want to go back again and start over hustling for that money, right? So it's better to work safe or work smart than trying to prove a point or trying to go over your boundaries, right? Stay in your own lane, focus on your own race, right? That's how it is. So now, as we see, right, price is really doing as we want. And if y'all can pay attention, right, I really don't want to just nice this, but I just want to show y'all that even probably it was 2 days back or 3 days back, I was going for sales on Bitcoin, whereby we just got stopped out, not twice, not once but 2 times, right? So that shows you that losing is normal. Don't lose and think it's like it's the end. Don't let losses define you, right? Losing is normal. At the end of the day, for me, losing is learning. Why am I saying that? Because in every L I take, I learn something from it, or I see something from it that I should have done or shouldn't have done. So you rather take losing as a learning. But hey, at the end of the day, nobody wants to win, right? So keep evolving, keep working in yourself. Because remember, in 5 years or 10 years, you could be somewhere you never imagined. So put in the work, stay focused. So now, as we see, we move over to the 15-minute time frame, whereby now we see, hey, we're really having that momentum to the upside. So how would we execute this trade? And before executing, how would we have another confirmation knowing? So right, as now we see that, hey, our first couple confirmations, it will be this rejections down here, because now we see that, hey, price kept on rejecting, but not once, but hey, 2 times, 3 times, right, 4 times we saw price rejecting. So now, as we see that, hey, price really did impulse to the downside. Price really did impulse to the downside. But hey, what I'm on right now, and remember, this is the 15-minute time frame. What I'm on right now, as we see that, hey, price is really building that momentum to the upside, we're gonna wait for price to break our resistance, whereby in this case it's this horizontal line up here. We wait for price to break, right? We can enter after the breakout, because right, that's the first confirmation. Second confirmation is us waiting for price to retest that resistance as support. After that, we know that, hey, price is going to push up to the upside. So right there, you have two confirmations. So that's what I'm trying to say, that patience is power. If there is no setup, there's no setup. Don't try creating your own setup. That's what I mean. So now, as we see, and now we have a clear analysis, seeing how the market is going to move. Again, the past 2 days I was targeting, price to go up to 62,000. But hey, price really has been playing in the 61,000 level. So hey, at the end of the day, I really want Bitcoin to push up to the upside, right? Probably return up. So now we see this is the kind of setup we have. And remember, defense is key, right? Defense is key. That's what I'm trying to say. Defense is key. You have to use a stop loss. Why? Because it prevents you from not blowing your account. In that case, your reward being bigger than the risk. So risk management, all that. So this is the kind of setup we're looking at, and as we see, price is really building that momentum to the upside, right? And remember, Bitcoin doesn't close 247 running. So now we're gonna wait for price to break this resistance. After breaking, we wait for price to retest the same resistance, now creating it as support and continuing that momentum to the upside. So it's just a simple trade, nothing crazy. So yeah, well, just hope y'all learned something every day. We keep learning, we keep evolving. Another day, another W. Breezy. We're signing out. We're back at it.